how you connect your cursor ID with MCP servers, right? Before I show you the demo on how you connect your cursor to MCP servers, let me tell you what problem basically it solves. If I will take you to the definition of MCP, which is stands for Model Context Protocol. So it's an open source standard for connecting AI applications to a national applications. When we do a traditional applications, like we make applications in our favorite language like Java, .NET, or PHP. So there, what we do, we integrate with different APIs of those applications. Suppose GitHub is applications, you wanted some feature of GitHub to be implemented in my applications. So the GitHub provides APIs, right? So we consume their APIs in order to integrate with GitHub applications. Same, suppose we want to send a SMS by using SMS gateway, say they provide APIs, so you consume those APIs. Okay, same is for Google Drive and WhatsApp and many such integration. So in Cursor, what they particularly told, like model context MCP, model context protocol, enables Cursor to connect external tools and data sources. That means with Cursor, you can integrate this your with other data sources. Correct. So let me show you. Like suppose you have in Cursor AI, you wanted to perform some actions in GitHub. You want to pull some files from GitHub. You want to commit and push some codes in GitHub code repository. So that you wanted from your cursor ID, right? Or you can tell your cursor ID, hey, commit the changes in GitHub, right? Or pull the latest files, right? So if you have integrated your cursor with GitHub, then probably you should be able to do that. So to do that integrations, GitHub provides MCP servers, right? You integrate your cursor AI with those MCP servers, then you start working with GitHub as well from your cursor AI. Okay. Same, Figma. So when you do your coding in cursor, suppose you want your cursor should follow the Figma layout which you have created, right? Figma is a prototyping tool, as you all know. So for that, Figma also provide a MCP servers which you can integrate with your cursor AI so that your cursor can talk with Figma. Same is for Google Drive, right? Suppose you want to write or to fetch a file when cursor is writing a course for you. So that also you can do. Google Drive has a MCP server as well, right? Postman, right? So once you create APIs, right? Suppose you create 50 APIs, okay? Now to test it, suppose you need to create endpoints of these APIs in Postman. So what you do generally? So you create a collection in your workspace, then you write all these APIs, right? Then you run it. So in the same way, suppose I will tell cursor here, like what are the codes created. Now you create endpoints of all these APIs in Postman in my workspace. So if you have integrated with Postman, so it's a easy task for cursor to do, right? So you write a prompt, it will perform the task, it will create the collections and it will register all these endpoints there. So isn't that easy, right? So this is the power of MCP servers basically. So let us see how generally we do it in Cursor, right? As of now, you might have using any ID tool like Cursor or VS Copilot or Windsurf, right? Those are powerful AI editors. So let me show you. So here, suppose this is a project. So I have a backend and I have a front end. In the backend, I have few APIs. So these are the APIs I have, right? But I want all these APIs are to be created in Postman's directly. Okay. So let us do how it can. First, I need to install the MCP server. Like install the MCP servers. Let's say here in Cursor, you have to go to the setting. Then here there is a tab called MCP. So once you click that, so it's the console where you can add your MCP servers. Okay. So here I need to add my MCP server. So I need to check whether Cursor is providing mm, the Postman MCP servers or not. So if I go to this Cursor directory, then I Postman, yes, Cursor provide this Postman in the official MCP directory. So I will click on R to Cursor, open to Cursor, okay. So once I do that, so it is asking me a name Postman, URL this, okay. Authorizations, it's asking me to give a authorization key of my Postman work, of my Postman account, right? So that this cursor ID can talk with my Postman's collection, right? Or my Postman's workspace. Okay. So let us create a API key or a access token. So this is my Postman workspace. So here you need to go to this setting. I have already logged in. So I'm go to the settings. Then here you can see API keys, right? So I click on that. Then I need to create API key. So I'm writing cursor MCP. Okay. I create and generate API key. So don't use this API key because I will delete this API key once I complete this tutorial. So I copies, right? Then I will paste it over here. Now I'll click on this install. Yes. Now you can see my Postman MCP server is installed. So I can see 38 tools accessed by my cursor ID. Right? Great. So now let us try whether my cursor ID is able to talk with my Postman workspace or not. Okay, so now I have configured the MCP servers with cursor. So now let us test it out. So here in the prompt, I'll write, this is my APIs. So here I'll add my APIs in the context or file to cursor. Okay, chat. Then you'll simply write, create API endpoints of these files in my Postman collection. My Postman collection, I'll write the collection name. Let's say I'll write MCP demo, MCP hyphen demo. Okay. I'll also write use the base URL as http colon slash localhost slash API. Okay. So let us see what it does for us. So it is, yeah, now you can see create API input this files in my Postman collection MCP demo. Use the base URL this one. Okay. So now I'll create a Postman's. Okay, so it is trying to create a new collection in my Postman's workspace. So I'll allow. Now let's get your workspace to find right one. Okay, I'll click. So if you because if I want to do it automatically, then I have to add this into allow list. I will not do that because I need cursor should prompt me whenever it's doing any actions. Okay, this is more controlled way to work. Now I will create a Postman collection. Okay, do that. Let me fix the parameters of creating the collections. Okay, so automatically it is identifying like what are the parameters it required, it getting that and calling Postman's API to do all these tasks. This is interesting. So it is facing some issues while creating the collections, but it is rectifying himself. Okay. Now I need to provide the workspace parameter. Okay. The collections. Let me create the collection with the proper parameters. Okay. Some issues it's facing. It is trying to rectify himself, which is also good. Let us see whether this task is completed or not. Yes, it creates the endpoints. After I have successfully created your endpoints, created your Postman collection MCP demo with all the API endpoints from your categories and videos file. Here, what I have included. Okay, so let us see in Postman whether those APIs are created or not, and also test it whether it's created, whether cursor is created it properly or not. Okay, I can see the collection name, and also it create the folders of my endpoints, right? Okay, in categories, it created all these endpoints. This structure all my work, it created proper structure in my workspace as well. Now let us click on this to check. Get all categories. I'm not getting any response. Is okay. So instead of localhost, should be localhost 8000. So most of the tasks it does properly. So if I will add proper prompt while creating this, because here I missed localhost colon 8000. That's why it created this. Okay, it's my mistakes, but I know all the API endpoints are created by creating a collection in my workspace. So this is the power of MCP server. So please use this tool. I think this will help while you do by coding, and let me know if you have any issues while installing this particular server. Thank you so much.